Welcome, everybody. Thank you for stopping by and checking out this video. Before I get into the actual video, what I do want to say is, so for those of you that are not familiar with my channel and have never really visited my channel, so a lot of my videos are live streams. So if you go on over to my YouTube channel and you click on, see, this is the videos tab, but if you click on the live stream tab, obviously there's so many recent streams, going back like 4 or 5 years, right? So there's a ton of content on there. There's a ton of material on there showing you guys exactly what we've been doing over the last 4 or 5 years, connected to gematria and sports and decoding sports to win, to make a profit, to get a return on your investment. And if you're not familiar with gematria, it's the practice of coding numbers and letters and words, right? So basically giving a number value to letters and words and showing you how professional sports, let it be baseball, MLB, NBA, NHL, NFL, professional sports is rigged by this specific code. Okay. So there's so much content here on my live section because most of my videos are live streams. However, moving forward now, I will be making more videos on my YouTube channel, um, to help get the word out and just putting more content on there for the new people that come across my channel. They want to check it out, right? So you'll see the last couple of videos I've been uploading. Going over there, check the videos out, give it a like, give it a subscribe, and share it. If you want to help me get the word out, it's much appreciated. Thank you very much. Okay. So yeah, this video, what I will be talking about now, I want to preface it by saying this. Now, what I will be providing is just my observation of a possibility, right? It's a possibility, quote unquote possibility. Highlight and underline the word possibility. I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm not predicting that this is going to happen. However, I want you to be aware of some of my observations when it comes to this year's 2024 World Series between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the New York Yankees, and just a possible scenario, okay, from the things that I've observed. Now, again, we were well aware that the New York Yankees were going to win at least one game in this series. Currently, the Los Angeles Dodgers are up 3 games to 1 in the series. And this game 5, is going on tonight at 8:08 Eastern, and it's going on Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Okay. But what I will be presenting is, in my opinion, a possibility, right? Not saying it's going to happen, but it's just a possibility. Okay. So this is game 5, right? And again, we don't know the outcome of game 5. Um, Again, picking these games individually, one by one, can be somewhat very difficult because when you're decoding, especially championship games, when it's like in Major League Baseball, it's a series as opposed to like in the NFL where it's just one game, winner take all. It becomes a little bit more difficult to dictate the way in which each individual game is going to go. Okay. But in my opinion, just looking ahead, right, to game 6, these are just some of the things that I observed about game 6, and I'm going to show you. All right. So, um, if you look at game 6, right? So game 6, and for those of you that don't know this individual on the screen right now, this is George Steinbrenner, right? This is a very legendary Hall of Fame owner of the New York Yankees. No longer with us. Okay, he died. However, he's very notorious for being one of the most unique owners in Major League Baseball, the most outspoken, and for turning around the New York Yankees franchise, right? He bought them uh, a long time ago, paid a very, in today's eyes, very underwhelming price. And at this point, the New York Yankees are one of, if not the most valued MLB franchises in the Major League Baseball. Okay, so George Steinbrenner, right? Now, if you take a look at this, George Steinbrenner died on July 13th. And from July 13th, right, to game 6 of the World Series, which is November 1st, it's 111 days, right? And 111 is very important. So if we're going back to gematria, New York equals 111, right? 111 when you write it out, as well as game 6 will be on 11/1, like 111. All right. I just want to show you so you guys don't have to take my word for anything. You can go on over to the gematria calculator, right? And check it out for yourself. Okay, so boom. New York equals 111. Okay. Like November 1st, 11/1. And game 6 on November 1st is 111 days after George Steinbrenner's death. Okay. Just for you guys to double check. We'll check out the date duration calendar. So if you look at today, we go back to July 13th, 2024 to November 1st is, I'll show you guys up on the screen so you don't have to take my word for it. Again, it's always good to double check. You guys can double check the work for yourself, but take a look here. So from July 13th, the anniversary of George Steinbrenner's death, to game 6 is 111 days. New York equals 111, and November 1st could be written out 11/1, like 111. Okay. Now, taking it a step further, looking at other additional things, if you guys haven't seen the most recent headlines going on before the World Series, heading into the World Series, you had the death of Los Angeles Dodgers pitcher, right? And champion, World Series champion, Fernando Valenzuela. Okay, this was going on all before the World Series started, and just focusing on that date of November 1st, if this goes to 6 games and possibly ends in 6 games, the anniversary death of Fernando Valenzuela, Los Angeles Dodgers World Series champion, is November 1st, right? And he died recently. He's been spoken about so much. He died just before the World Series on October 22nd, which was the original World Series date before they moved it to October 25th. So I think initially the beginning of the season, it was supposed to start on October 22nd. And then later on, it got moved to October 25th, right? Just so happens game 6 is on November 1st. Fernando Valenzuela's date of death anniversary. I'm sorry, not his date of death anniversary. His birthday. He would be turning 64 on November 1st. Okay, so it's not his death anniversary, it's his birthday. If it goes to November 1st, 111, game 6 is Fernando Valenzuela's birthday. Okay. Additionally, we can look at some other stuff as well. So just going along, like if it possibly ends in 6 games, right? If it goes 6 games and ends in 6 games, obviously the Dodgers would win 4-2, right? Because for the series to get extended, the Yankees have to win game 5, and if it goes to game 6 and ends in 6, then the Dodgers would have won the series 4-2. Now, what's interesting about them possibly winning the series 4-2 is, so the last time the Dodgers played the Yankees in the World Series was 1981. Okay. The Dodgers also won that series 4-2 in 1981. Right? Again, never take my word for it. We're going to double check. Okay, 1981 World Series. I'll show you guys. So you don't have to take my word for it. 1981 World Series right here. The Los Angeles Dodgers versus the New York Yankees. Dodgers won the series 4-2. Okay. So this was the last time the Dodgers and Yankees played in the World Series, right? And the Dodgers won 4-2. Okay. Now what's interesting is from 1981 to 2024 World Series, it's 42 years after winning the World Series 4-2 versus the Yankees in 1981. So basically, it's 42 World Series later that they can possibly win 4-2 after defeating the Yankees 4-2 in 1981. Now, the reason why it's 42, is because in 1994 there was no Major League Baseball. There was a players' strike, so that season got canceled in 1994 due to the players' strike. But how significant and coincidental that it can be 42 seasons later, the Dodgers can possibly win this series 4-2 after beating the Yankees 42 42 world championships prior. Okay. Now going back to Steinbrenner, right? Steinbrenner, if you write it out in gematria, okay, equals 42. I'm sorry. Steinbrenner, when you write it out, equals 181, which is the 42nd prime number. Okay. Steinbrenner 181, the 42nd prime number, all connecting back to 42. And if you pay attention to this season, the things that have gone on, you can recall that earlier this year, shout out to Zach for pointing this out, Shohei Ohtani, on the anniversary of Chadwick Boseman's death, August 28th, at um at 42 years old, Chadwick Boseman, we all know they switched his age to 43. Um, However, on the anniversary of Chadwick Boseman's death, August 28th, Shohei Ohtani picked up his 42nd home run and was on 42 steals. So 42 and 42 in honor of Chadwick Boseman, who died at 42. Chadwick Boseman is also the actor that played Jackie Robinson, who wore 42, the number 42. And the name of the movie Chadwick Boseman played Jackie Robinson in was called 42. Okay. Chadwick Boseman also died on the alternate Jackie Robinson Day that year because they moved it for some reason from the normal April 15th to another date. Um, and that's the day that Chadwick Boseman ended up passing away, on the alternate Jackie Robinson Day. Now, the significance of Jackie Robinson is he played for the Brooklyn Dodgers, which are now the Los Angeles Dodgers. Um, and obviously we're talking about the Dodgers, right? The possibility of the Dodgers, right? And New York. So Brooklyn, New York, Brooklyn Dodgers, right? Jackie Robinson, Los Angeles Dodgers. And there's been a bunch of talk in the media and sports media and everything about Jackie Robinson, right? So how significant that the Dodgers could possibly win this series 4-2, 42 years later after defeating the Yankees 4-2 in the 1981 World Series, okay, and possibly in honor of 42, and then paying attention to everything that happened this year with Shohei Ohtani, who's the star of the Los Angeles Dodgers, right? In his historical year of where he went, he hit 50-50, something people have nobody's ever done in baseball history. Um, but just circling around these numbers of 42 and 111, I'm just seeing a possibility of, you know, this series going possibly, again, quote unquote, underline and bold, possible of going 6 games and ending in 6 games. Now, if you look deep enough, I'm sure you can possibly find a scenario why it can end in 5 games or it can end in 7 games, right? Because it's a championship, and I'm sure if you dig deep enough, there will be an alternate scenario where some of those things may work out. However, with the significance of 1981 being the last time the Dodgers and Yankees played each other in the World Series, Dodgers winning that World Series 4-2, and all the other significance I pointed out with this year, the 120th World Series, I just had to present this possibility of it, of there being a chance that it goes to 6 games, right? And we all know how the MLB loves to pump narratives, and obviously Jackie Robinson, even though he may not have been the best African American Major League Baseball player, he is often the African American that the MLB props up, right? And and kind of highlights for the the darker skinned complexion fans of baseball overall, right? That's who they used to sell. That's who they initially used to sell baseball to the masses. Okay, and I just think it's important to keep him in mind and see the possible scenarios that can work out. Again, with the connection, also November 1st, this being the 120th World Series, it's 100 and I believe it's 120 days. I'll check the date duration one more time. Date duration, I believe it's 120 days after Shohei Otani's birthday. So he's born July 5th, I want to say. Um let me just double check this real quick. So so July 5th, let me just check, double check. Shohei Otani, born July 5th. Yes. So July 5th to November 1st, which is the day of game 6, is a span of 120 days from Shohei Otani's birthday. And obviously, we know this is the 120th World Series. So there are additional things that connect to this game 6. Obviously, the year 24 is a 6 numerology. 2 plus 4 equals 6. It's also the reflection of 42. 24 in reverse is 42, connecting back to a possible 4-2 series out, conclusion. I'm just saying it's a possibility, okay? That's all I'm saying. At the end of the day, it is a possibility. So what we have to be aware of is, just the chances, right? It's our job to pay attention and observe these things, and that's why I'm pointing it out. So, not telling you to run to the to the sports book and do something irresponsible. However, the information is there, needed to be put out and presented. And these are just some of the things, again, without getting in depth with too much detail and you know just overpowering you with so much gematria, numerology, and synchronicities. I just felt these things were important to put out there, right? So salute to everybody. I appreciate you for stopping on in. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed to the YouTube. I also have a Patreon where I give out sports picks and decodes. And you could check my live streams where I do the live streams highlighting and celebrating all of our accomplishments over the last 5 years. Again, you will start seeing that in my video section with my uploads as well. But yeah, these are the things that I do: observe, pay attention, and decode very, very consistently. And this is, again, just an opportunity to see what happens. All right. So again, this is all possible scenario. This is not what I'm putting out there. It's a possible scenario. And on that note, get ready for game 5. We shall see what happens. And let's see how it works out, right? But again, this is just a narrative that I'm putting out there. Um, not living and dying by it, not saying it's a guarantee, not saying it's a lock, nothing like that at all. However, it is something to pay attention to. Okay. So take care. Salute. And for those of you that don't know, my name is Victor, aka Mr. Futures, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace and vibes as always.